Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Glad to be back with you guys on the last day of summer 2020, the season of Rona. It is actually the last day, September 21st, as Earth, Wind, and Fire would say, a day that we would remember. But this is the official end of summer 2020, and what a summer this has been. The weather here in the Chicago, Atlanta area is actually very beautiful right now, much better than what it was last week. We should have great weather all this week long. Glad to have you guys back. Today is World Gratitude Day. And so tonight we're going to talk about what we are grateful for, as well as we have two amazing guests that will be joining us tonight. We have a Los Angeles-based energy healer who will be here with us tonight to just talk about the world in which we live in. She has a wonderful clothing line, a pop-up boutique, and we'll be talking about just the importance of trying to heal your energy during times like this. And then later on in the show, we'll meet a famed hairstylist, makeup artist, beauty enthusiast, and book author. And he's written a book, 100 Days of Gratitude. And the Chicago native will talk about the importance of just being grateful each and every day. And so glad to be here with you guys. I really am. I had a doctor's appointment early today. This was my first in-person doctor's appointment since this entire pandemic has started. So I went in masked up, shield up. I had on armor, and I just, was doing it. But it was great. It was a good time to see my doctors and everybody at the hospital today. And I am feeling amazing and just glad to be here with you all tonight. All right. Well, our co-host this evening is no stranger to the show. She actually did a month-long series here on the show with me, and she's actually been in the co-host seat several times before. No, it's not Kay Renee. She'll be back tomorrow night as we celebrate her birthday. But tonight is our good friend from the North Shore of Illinois, our good friend Alicia L. Ross. Let's give it up for her. Yeah.
Hello. Hello. I'm glad to be back. It's so great to be back. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm good. A little tired for some reason here lately. I've been suffering with insomnia. I don't know what that's all about. And I don't know if it's the season change. I don't know if it's my season changing, but for some reason I've been having insomnia. So as soon as we get off the air tonight, I am going to bed. That's all I'm gonna say, So how have you been? You look amazing as always.
Thank you, handsome. I am doing fine. I just been working. We started remote teaching last month actually at my school. So that's coming along fine. They're still trying to figure out what they're going to do as far as whether they're going to come back sometime in October, do it like 25, 50%. I have no idea, but I will be.
Well, let me ask you this. How has it been? I'm sure you've had some hesitation about returning back to a classroom. Of course, you need the paycheck. You are the consummate professional. But, deep down inside, look, the sister girl from upstate New York, how you feeling about being back in that classroom? That's the question.
The thing is, I learned to appreciate the remote working environment. I'll say that.
Okay.
So time to shift. I look forward to doing remote work post-corona, of course.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, the thing is, for us, and I think for other school districts, there are things that we have to actually do because there are some schools who are looking to strategically go back into the school this semester. So some of us had to get various different accommodations and so forth to say, no, I'm not going back because of X, Y, Z. And so that's some of the things that's happening. Unfortunately, even within the school districts, I believe this whole thing has become political. Mm-hmm. And that's unfortunate because you have people who have serious health concerns. people who are taking care of their elderly loved ones, people who are taking care of their young children who are actually who have to go to school remote. So it's been a bit antsy, but it's moving along.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had two various drivers today. I had a driver who drove me to the hospital to my doctor's appointment. I had a driver that picked me back up and brought me home. And I was asking them, how is it all working out with their children? And the one guy said he had a younger son that his mother-in-law is helping with the online. But then, you know, he every now and then he gets up and jumps up and down on the couch. Every now and then he wants to, you know, do something different. And then the other gentleman said that he had a 15-year-old and that the 15-year-old, you know, he wants to be around his friends, his colleagues, things like that. So, you know, it just makes it an issue. God, we have such horrible feedback. Do you hear it?
I do hear the feedback. I don't know.
I don't know what that's from, because I normally don't have feedback like that on this show. So I'm wondering if it's something, if somebody's got into our system or what, but this is, because I've never had this feedback like this. I hope it, so, all right. Other than that, are you ready for the fall season?
No.
Oh no, you're not ready for the fall
summer baby. I love the warm weather. I love the outdoor activities. I love just standing in the sun sometimes. So no, I'm not ready. I mean, and I can't say, usually I like the fall because of the clothes, but where am I going to go?
Right. That's true. That's very, very true. I mean, you know, we are in the, oh, wait, you know what? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't plug into my Ethernet cord. So that might be a part of the problem. That might be it. Doggone it, I forgot. I was doing something. So hopefully we can make it through this show without a lot of feedback. All right. Well, I want to give the official COVID-19 update numbers. As of today, Illinois public health officials announced 1,477 newly diagnosed cases, with 7 additional deaths of people as a result of COVID-19, raising the statewide tally to 275,735 known cases. And unfortunately, we've had 8,457 deaths here in the state of Illinois. Yes.
Wow. That is so staggering when you think and listen to the numbers, you know, because it could, you know, we're basically one person removed from not only who's infected, but maybe 2 people removed from someone who has passed away.
Right.
Those are some staggering numbers. And it's September, and we could have, you know, we could just be doing things differently.
Right, which is very, very true. I don't know. It's just a sad situation. This past Friday, Supreme Court Judge Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. Talk about her real quick, if you could, and I'm gonna go get this wire and see if that helps out. Okay.
All right,
go right ahead. Okay.
All right. Well, RBG, she is a pioneer, of course, for women's rights, but she was an orator. So in her beginning years, she made sure that she was going to be the person that doesn't necessarily distinguish male and female by sex, but she decided to use gender, because she actually had a case, a well-known case, where she fought for a father's rights after his wife passed away during childbirth. He wanted to receive benefits from the government to help raise his child and to take care of he and his child, and he was denied. And so RBG, she stepped in. You know, she was contacted, and she is one of the ones that fought for him to receive rights to take care of he and his child. So she was just an amazing person, of course, for the Voting Rights Act. She was one of the voices and one of the persons that actually stood by and said that the Voting Rights Act needs to continue to move forward, that all should have the rights to vote, in particular people of color. But an interesting fact about her, though, when you talk about the Black community, one of the things that happened is during the time when Colin Kaepernick, when he was, protesting for the rights for all Black people to be treated equally, and for the police brutality that was going on in the streets that continue to go on. And she actually made a statement, and she said that was something that she said it was dumb for him to actually kneel. But then she retracted her statement and said, she was on the side of saying it was dumb, it was unconstitutional, etc. But then she said when she thought about it more and she learned about the reasons and came to understand, she realized that was a harsh statement and a wrong statement. And it was something that she should not have spoken on at that time in that way. But she continued to speak up for the Black community as it relates to Black women, in particular Black women who, back in 2014, she made a speech talking about Black women's rights, birth rights, and saying that she actually turned a statement around that someone made about her back in the 80s, a Black man. And it was something to the fact that when she was asked in 2014, what does she think about, the rights for poor Black women to receive assistance and birthrights and, all of the things that come along with reproduction, from the beginning stages to the end for government assistance. She said, I'm going to tell you what someone told me back in the 1980s. She said something to the fact that that's what lily white women want to do, is kill all of our Black babies. So what she did, again, she was an orator, right? She turned around this statement that was made to her in the 1980s to respond to someone who was asking, how does she feel about giving us rights? And so that is who she was in our community. But at large in the American society, again, the voting rights, the gender rights, whether it was male or female,
right.
She stood up for us. And not only that, she was diagnosed with cancer 4 different times. Is it 4 or 5 different times? It recurred. It started, the first diagnosis was in 1999. And this woman, she stayed in her position, fighting for our civil rights until the last day on Friday. She was 87. And that reminds me of, again, another life who just lived his life to the fullest, Chadwick Boseman. These are people who live purposefully. And that is what RBG did. And as you know, she made a statement and she said, we wish that she had stayed, but she wanted to remain in that position until we received, until the elections.
Yes.
But hopefully, there's a lot we can say about that, though.
Yes, it is. Well, the body of the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who died last Friday at the age of 87, will lie in repose outside the U.S. Supreme Court on Wednesday and Thursday so that members of the public can pay their respects before she is buried on Friday. She'll have a service that will be in the U.S. Capitol, and then she'll be buried at Arlington Cemetery alongside her husband. And she is one of 8 judges that is buried there, Supreme Court judges that is buried there in Arlington National Cemetery. So, all right, very good on that. Well, our deepest, the notorious, what I love, the notorious RBG.
Yes,
yes, because she and Notorious B.I.G. both came from the same place, and she's considered gangster. Yeah, Brooklyn baby, right. So she's just, oh my God, this is driving me nuts, this echoing. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to continue to do the show. It's so horrible. I don't know what it is.
I don't hear it. You might
Oh,
hear it on your
I'm having horrible
audio.
echoing in my audio. So that's what I'm wondering. Where is it? I even went and got the cord. All right, let's continue on with tonight's show. Congratulations to the state of Illinois. They've reached a milestone. The state set a one-day statewide testing record of COVID-19 with 52,000 tests done per day. This is the third highest in the nation. Governor J.B. Pritzker said on Monday, the 74,286 tests during the 24-hour period was reported on Saturday, which is a new high, pushes Illinois now past 5 million tests over the course of this pandemic. So congratulations to the state of Illinois for reaching that high.
Right. Congratulations. Yeah.
Yes. All right. We want to remind everyone. Oh, this is killing me. This is horrible. I wonder if it's this mic. Let me see. Hold on a second.
Okay.
This mic. Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
See, I still am hearing the feedback. Okay. Seems to be better now. We'll just have to go with this. Yeah, I still hear myself, and that's not good. All right, let's continue on. This whole show is off the track, right? So let's continue.
It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out.
We are 43 days now from Election Day. And so with that being said, we want to encourage everybody to vote. It is really important that people do vote. Do your due diligence. Know who you're voting for. Know who stands up for your rights of what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish. We all know who's in the White House right now. We're not trying to talk about anybody or take sides, but we definitely want to try to help people to understand the importance of voting. And here's the deal. Even if they come up with a new Supreme Court judge, to my understanding, would the new president have to vote on this new person or select this new person to be the new Supreme Court judge?
I think they have to have the final say. But, you know, the interesting thing about this, many of us remember, you know, when Justice Scalia passed away just before, during Obama's presidency, you know, Lindsey Graham said that we are going to let the new president select who the next Supreme Court justice is going to be. And he actually said, you can hold me to this, something of that nature, is what he said during that time. But now they are trying to choose the judge, as we all know, within the next 45 days before the new president is elected.
Yeah, no, it's not a matter, you guys, of bringing the mic closer to me. It's really a great mic. It's something in the transmission tonight that is the problem. So it's not the microphone. It's not the headsets. These are all new. It's something in the transmission. People are sending me messages about bringing the mic closer. It's something in the transmission that is distorting this. It's almost like we're being recorded. Because, see, I hear everything being repeated back. So I don't know how you're hearing it.
I don't hear it being repeated back. And to me, on my end, you sound clear.
Oh, really?
Right. And you were clear with the headsets on, but I still can hear you, but I don't hear feedback.
Yeah, see, I'm getting horrible feedback on my end. Like really horrible feedback. Okay. Yeah, let's try it again. All right. Did you see the Emmys last night?
Honestly, I did not. I was doing some work, but I heard about some of the great things, like Miss Regina King and her show winning the Emmy for the Watchmen.
You there?
Which I saw and have enjoyed. It's a bit twisted, but it has an interesting storyline. And the people who are in there, the different actors and actresses, were pretty good. So the way that they, you know, the production of it, I can see why, you know, she received the Emmy, because it is very, very unique. It's such a unique show. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I did. I started off watching it, and whew, Lord, this is horrible. Oh my God. This is giving me a headache. Are you there?
I'm here. Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
it's really bad, and I've never ever had this like this. So, I can hear you clearly, but every time I go to talk to you, it's just really bad feedback. Like it's me talking back to myself on this broadcast.
Okay. Okay.
I've never had this, so it's just horrible. Okay, all right. So let's continue on. Let me see if I can get back on track from this. Regina King won for Best Actress in a limited series for Watchmen, is what she was talking about. Want to shout out Zendaya. She is the youngest person ever to win an Emmy. She won for Euphoria, and it's her first Emmy for Best Lead Actress in a Drama. And we are just very, very proud of her. Also,
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo was excited to see him win for lead actor in a limited series for I Know This Much Is True. And here's the deal. The beginning of the show, the first hour was totally dedicated to Schitt's Creek. Like they won, right? That's why I said on social media last night that the Emmy sucked, because every time they were nominated for something, they continued to keep winning, and they're all Toronto based. And with them being much better now, with them all being Toronto based, they had a party, social distancing. It was a beautiful party, but for 1 hour straight, they won all the awards, the entire first hour of the Emmys.
Really?
Yes.
Now that's a show I haven't seen, but I've heard about it.
Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, but I haven't seen it. I haven't watched.
Look, me neither. I wouldn't know what it's about. I guess it's about two gay guys married to. I have no idea what Schitt's Creek is about, but now I feel compelled to have to go watch Schitt's Creek.
Right, because they spent an hour on it.
Yeah, because they spent an entire hour on Schitt's Creek last night. So that's just interesting to say the least. Did you see today where the Dreadhead Cowboy closed down the southbound Dan Ryan Expressway during rush hour today?
Oh no, he's out again.
The Dreadhead Cowboy, who is known as the Central Cowboy, got on the Dan Ryan Expressway with a motorcycle entourage, and he during rush hour, rode his horse from 51st to 95th Street. And the poor horse was just fit to be tied, because you could tell he was limping, almost like there was something wrong with the horse. And he was, and this was on live news tonight. And he said he did this to protest child abuse. But I think there's a time and a place for everything, but it's not during 5 o'clock rush hour traffic when people are on their way homes.
Right. And you said he had a motorcade?
He had motorcycles surrounding him, almost to like protect him, I guess, to keep cars from coming in to block or whatever, because it was weird as hell to see a dude riding down the Dan Ryan on a horse.
Wow.
And here's the deal. I'm so proud of him being a young man with the past that he's had, but sometimes people's 15 minutes of fame is a little inappropriate to me.
Yeah. The last time I saw him was when we were having all of that ruckus here in Chicago, with the black and brown confusion, disruption several months ago. And so he went into a couple of neighborhoods to show that there wasn't, dissension amongst everyone, and, trying to promote peace and so forth. And I thought that was fine, because that was in a neighborhood that was, just talking to some of the local residents. But yeah, that's a lot. The Dan Ryan.
During rush hour.
Yeah, exactly. During rush hour.
A bit much. Well, today, Illinois Restaurant Association, I should say, along with other restaurateurs, they are feverishly trying to figure out ways to be able to keep dining going during the fall and winter season. I went to brunch with a friend on Saturday, and we dined al fresco. And I like the fall season to put on a jacket, hoodie, things like that. So it didn't bother me. But as the temperatures start to drop, I'm sure people are going to have a disdain of not wanting to go, to restaurants. It's cute to do the little dome along the river, and if some alcohol is involved, you don't feel as cold, that type of thing.
Right.
But what in your opinion do you think the restaurants could do to help themselves during this time of uncertainty? Because more and more restaurants are folding. Famed Laurie's restaurant, which is known for their prime rib, and look, everybody's like, I went there for my 8th grade graduation dinner, I went there for my prom dinner, or whatever the case may be. After 64 years, the restaurant will be closing down at the end of the year. So what do you think?
I think that, so it's interesting. I've seen up here, there is a restaurant that I noticed. I passed by just the other day. They actually have plastic dome covering each table, right? And then, of course, they have the open fire, the fire pit. But I think that's unique. But the thing about having something like that, because that's not an awning, that's not a tent for all the tables. It's literally for every individual table, which is an excellent idea, right? It's for every single table, but it costs, and so the restaurants are now going, if they were to consider something like that, a tent per table, that's something they're going to have to invest in, but I think it's worth it if they can. I know that therefore they're talking about more tent-like, the yurts, those restaurants that can have their doors open on both ends, so they can have the circulation going. If you're going to have inside dining, the 25% or a little higher, I know they're fighting to have, more capacity, but it's doable. I think it's doable at least through November, if everyone's willing to wear a jacket, a hat, and a scarf, to help support our businesses, right? To have something else to do, to go outside, and enjoy, socializing with others. So there are unique things that restaurants can do, have the tent, have the fire pits, it's possible, it's doable, but that is the biggest thing. I know our state and other states who have these 4 seasons, this is one of the challenges right now, as fall and winter is upon us and Rona is still lurking.
Right. Oh no, it's very much still lurking. I was just noticing today at the hospital, just all of the precautions that they take. And it just was so weird, because usually when I go to the hospital, the administrative team and the, registrars and things like that, these people know me. And usually when I walk in, I'm greeted with hugs and how you doing and all of that. And today to see these, women and men behind, all of this plexiglass, and, everybody had to stand so many feet back. And then usually, I'm escorted from one room to another, but, they had to put everybody out in the waiting room. So, a doctor's appointment like that now runs almost 3 hours, where, I usually could do it in an hour and a half. But it's all about safety. It's all about precaution. It's all about staying safe, because I'm really afraid that we are going to have a second wave of outbreaks. I just think we are.
Well, I think that the fact of the matter is that we have the flu season, and we don't know yet what that is going to do as far as the, COVID-19 is concerned. And I think that could bring on the quote unquote second wave. But just because of the mixing of, of the SARS, if you will, right? Because that's another virus.
Right.
And as we know with the flu, it comes back differently, different strands seemingly every year, so yeah, it's going to get a bit complicated,
Yeah,
Chad. It
yeah,
is.
to say the least, to say the least. All right. Well, anything else you got in hot topics and gossip that you want to cover tonight? I know you always got something that we need to titty about, darling. What do we need to titty about?
Actually, I don't really.
Really?
What? No, one of the things I wanted to say about the COVID-19, I wish CDC would get it correct. Okay. Because, on Friday and now today, they're saying that, this is it's aerosol and it spreads further than 6 feet away. And I'm like, listen, just tell people to wear their mask. Okay. Do social distance as best as possible. You don't have to keep telling us that, wait a second, it's 6 feet. No, it's not 6 feet. Wear a mask. You don't have to wear a mask if you're more than 6 feet. Like they keep coming. Like from Friday till today, Monday, it was something completely different, and it's really tiring. And I mean, I kind of am starting to side with somebody that I don't usually side with.
I
Not
know.
that I. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Tangerine, you about to
45.
Yeah, Tangerine. Right. Yeah. Well, today was the first day Ellen was back on the air, and Ellen's first guest today was our girl Tiffany Haddish. And so Ellen was explaining today that she was told that it is 6 feet from mouth to mouth. So that's how they have to measure it on TV shows, how they have to, that type of thing, that it has to be 6 feet from mouth to mouth. But I was, hearing also today that, singing, speaking like you and I are doing, all of that, it brings fluid out of the mouth. And so, that's what they're more concerned and worried about more than anything, because I'm now fearful that we're not going to have a holiday season like we wanted to have. We were talking a couple of weeks that, Thanksgiving will now probably be via Zoom. I'm sure holiday gatherings and parties won't be, what we want them to be. And then I just think about, every year I'm the MC for several holiday events. So I'm wondering if these people will do these events online and go MC them online, or, I don't know how that'll work. So it's just interesting in many ways.
Right. It is. It is. And you're right. I didn't think about, the fact that yourself and others, they're all these holiday events that happen, to keep us connected, to talk about peace on earth, the gratitude, right?
Yes.
All kinds of things that happen during this time to bring us together. I can't imagine, you have, what is it? The event on Lincoln Center, the event down in DC during the holidays, during Christmas, and you have I don't know how they're going to do any of these things.
Well, I knew we were in trouble when the Rockettes said we won't be kicking this year, baby. And I said, wait a minute, the Rockettes, you've got to be kidding me. But when you think about the Rockettes, these women are arm to arm. These women are kicking and dancing, and and they were like, and the Rockettes, they canceled, I think maybe the end of May, early June, to kind of let people know that it was not going to happen. And what I'm worried about more than anything is just, Broadway, our actors, actresses. We've had quite a few people here on the show to just talk about, what this means to them. And, I don't know. I don't know. And with this being World Gratitude Day, I guess we've got to get our juju right. I think maybe our next guest will be able to help us get our energy right. Because honey, this has been a year like no other,
Yes, exactly. It has.
Well, I didn't ask you, what are you most grateful for in this day and age, since this is World Gratitude Day?
I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful that my mom, My mom is staying healthy in every way possible. Although that was a challenge in the beginning, I remember calling her and she didn't answer. And then she called me back and she said, Moof, I'm so sorry. I just finished a belly dancing class.
Oh,
I was
oh,
like, what?
oh,
Do you realize this is
what? Mama out here doing the belly dancing class?
what are you doing? Get
Oh
in
my God. Don't you hate when your mama's more hip than you? Not that you're not hip, you super hip. But wait a minute. I've not heard you say you taking a belly dancing class. See that?
I haven't. But so that's what I'm grateful. Too much. I'm grateful for my mom, my family. I'm grateful to be here to witness the positive things that are happening. You know what I'm saying? In light of all this stuff that's happening in our country with this second pandemic, as people are calling it, there's still positive things happening. And to witness that, that is a blessing. And so I'm grateful, for those things.
Yes.
I know.
Look. Yes. Believe it or not, I did a show one time where we did have a lady come on and teach us how to belly dance. So listen, I may be tapping into your mom. So don't look right. You and me both might be on here one night rolling our belly. So that's how we have to do that. Yes. All right. Well, let's move on to our next guest. Today is World Gratitude Day, and today is all about finding ways to be grateful for who you are and why you are in existence. As each and every one of us wake up every day, I know I always thank the Creator above for allowing me to have another day. But when we're living in such uncertain times and a lot of turmoil, it is almost best that we tap into our inner energy, if you could, and I've had a crazy day. The electronics is not working right, so that means my energy is off now. And so now you see it's coming back, it's getting where it needs to be, all that kind of stuff. Here to talk to us tonight is the owner of a popular new age online boutique, The Mystic Eye. She's a female Black-owned business. She has a wonderful designer legging collection. She's actually an LA native. She comes from Black music royalty. How about that? And she even has a little history here with us here in Chicago. So, I can't wait to talk to her. She's all that in a bag of chips. And then guess what? She's going to help us to heal our bag of chips. How about that? That's how we do it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Miss Alexis Nichele. Yay. There she is. Hi.
Hi.
Everybody.
How are you?
How you doing?
Good. Glad to have you here with us this evening. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm surprised that it looks so bright in here because it's actually dark. I'm in my shipping container. I'm in the desert. I'm in a secret location in the desert. So
are you kidding me? Well, you look great. You look great. You look sun-drenched.
Exactly.
Thank you. Honestly, I need people. Like all this, me having to do the camera, the lighting, the makeup, no. Okay. So
I get
I'll be
that.
happy when COVID is over.
I get that. Right. I do. I get that. So listen, I understand before we even talk about your LA connection, your famous dad, your godfather, all of that, I understand you had a connection to the city of Chicago. Tell us all about that. Did we lose it?
It's funny. My mom grew up in Markham.
Markham? You kidding me? Yeah.
Okay. There might be a little delay on my end. There's like something happening, but
I know for some reason we having bad connection tonight. But go ahead, we can hear you.
Okay, good. It's not me. As long as it's not me. So my mom actually grew up in Markham, and I had a lot of family on the south side of Chicago, and it was awesome because growing up here, it's like it's a real melting pot, California. So I was around everybody. I grew up around Hispanic people, Armenians, everybody. And but a lot less Black people. Like there weren't a lot of Black people. It was a few of us, but So when I would go to Chicago, it was all Black. It was awesome. because it's like it was a different world, you know. But
Right.
but it was tough.
Oh my God.
Because I always have to go back and change my lingo, like my dialect, right? So when I was there, I'd have to say finna and fixin' to, you know, because otherwise it was trouble, you know. And
Right.
even to this day, I apologize. I still cringe when I say it, you know, because it's just not the way that I'm used to speaking in California. But I got used to it, and I would come back here and I would be talking like I was in Chicago. And you know, because in Chicago, people would say, "Ooh, why you talk like that? Why you talk so proper? You talk white." And I was like, "What? I'm from California," so I didn't get it. So then I switch it up, and then I come back here, and I was still talking like that, and they were like, "Oh, what are you talking like that? You sound ignorant." I was like, "Ignorant, really?" You know. So it's just like this thing I would have to do every year for 2 weeks. When I would go there, it would take me 2 weeks, and when I come back, it would take me 2 weeks. And then now I have this weird accent. No one can figure out where the heck I'm from because I speak 5 different languages. And
oh wow!
And now, you know, I have girls from the hood come up to me and be like, "Oh, girl, I love your accent. So where are you from?" I'm like, "Hollywood," you know. But so I confuse people because, you know.
I want to find out about your late dad, Clarence Paul, you know, former influential executive with Motown, the fact that Marvin Gaye is your godfather. You were raised by Black, you know, music royalty. And as you said, a little Black girl that would come hang out here in Markham and then go back to LA. First of all, let's talk about your dad, and then let's talk about your godfather, 2 very important men who helped shape Black music.
Very, very important. Something I was just talking to a friend of mine today about was the fact that my godfather Marvin Gaye was a prophet, you know, and it's like it's one of those things that people aren't going to really realize it until later down the road, maybe, you know, long time after he passed. I discovered something incredible, and I like to share it with everybody, so you got to check it out. One of his last albums is called Love Deluxe. And I don't know if you've ever seen the album cover, but it's a trip because it's got like, are you guys there?
Yeah, we here. We just good. Yeah, go ahead. We got
I lost your picture. So okay, so
oh no, we got you. We were doing a solo shot of you, but go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, the album cover is pretty amazing. It's got a lot of predictions on it. It was done in 1981. You can clearly see on there the Twin Towers, like the 9/11, and not the Twin Towers, but you can see 9/11 blowing up. It's very obvious when you look at it. It's 9/11 because it's got the Statue of Liberty in the middle. There's one plane still coming in, like something already hit the buildings, but there's also a plane still coming towards them, and there's only 7 buildings. You know. And I mean, the Statue of Liberty, that's New York. And then there's Fukushima. There's all kinds of stuff. There's so much. It's just crazy. He's got UFOs. He's in the sky at a table playing God and the devil, and it's like a checker cloth table, which is an Illuminati symbol, but he's got Illuminati monarch butterflies, but he wasn't Illuminati. He's trying to tell us something. That's why his last albums were What's Going On, and all. If you really think about it, listen to the lyrics, you know, and then the tragedy of his father being the one is questionable. There's so many things
wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
yes.
It's just, yeah, I did a lot of research on a lot of different things, and I just want to make sure that my godfather was not a part of anything like that. You know, my symbol is people get confused because my symbol is IRA, but I'm not a part of Illuminati. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm an honorary member, but they didn't tell me about it. You know, but you know, it's just I want to make sure, because I know that we're from the same spiritual family. So I did a lot of research, and just looking at his funeral procession and stuff, it's like, no, he was good. He's one of God's people for sure. But check out that album cover, please. It's amazing.
Okay.
20 years before any of the stuff happened.
So I have a question. What got you into the realm of energy healing? What made you create your line of clothing, the leggings? What made you go into energy healing? I've talked to quite a few energy healers, and I think it's so fascinating, but I think you've got to be called to be an energy healer. And so what drove you to do this?
You know what? It's funny because I actually don't do it and I should be doing it, but I learned, I pass on the knowledge to people. I haven't really healed anyone because I learned how to do Reiki. Like I just woke up one day and knew how to do Reiki, which is healing without touching people. So I was actually able to take away a couple of migraines from folks and actually didn't even believe them at first, when they told me it was working. But I'll wake up and just know that I can hypnotize people and we'll go try it and things like that. So I feel like I should probably be doing that more, massage therapy and stuff like that. But I'm just not into it. I'm real busy. I got so much going on. It's like I feel like I'm really here to heal the world, and I can't just do it for a few people at a time. Like I got to get out there and really help millions of people. So, but right. The energy healing, I started working at this new age bookstore in Venice, California called The Psychic Eye. And that's why, the Mystic Eye, it's the Psychic Eye bookshop or Psychic Eye bookshop. And we're the Mystic Eye New Age boutique. But I really, really love that store. Mary, the owner, was just a real inspiration to me. And I would go in there before I started working there and I would just sit there and read. And I didn't have any money, but they wouldn't bother me. They would let me sit there and I would just read everything. And then I got a job there and I probably read every book in the place. And just really started to understand and see, witness, this kind of energy and magic happening and how it happened, when and why it would happen. And then, for me, it's like I'm a professional student, I think. So it's like I like to just gather information and I'm also just a natural healer. I've had to heal myself from some really traumatic things and other people. I've healed I guess I could say I've helped or healed people from COVID, that were sick with it. Just gave them some things or told them what to do to check out. So that kind of stuff is really good. I can tell that kind of energy healing. Saying, but me touching people, I'm super sensitive. I take on everybody's energy, and I just don't know if that would be the best idea. So, but I do it another way.
Good.
So, like
with today being,
tell you guys. I'm sorry.
With today being World Gratitude Day, let's talk a little bit about gratitude. What are you most grateful for where you are currently in life?
I think you're asking me what I'm grateful for right about now.
Yes. What level of gratitude right now in your place in life?
You know what? I'm always truly grateful for, and this is the truth. I'm always truly grateful that I'm so freaking grateful. I'm always truly grateful that I'm so grateful.
Right.
I'm always, yeah. And more than anything, I realize this a lot lately. Is that I'm grateful for my ever abounding joyful spirit. Like, no matter what, and I can be nasty. I'm a really awesome person, but I can be mean. You know what I'm saying? And I can be depressed or whatever, it happens. But no matter what happens, I always find a way to smile. I always find a way to see the positive side or the funny side of it because it's there. It's there. Because you always say, I'm gonna laugh about this later. No, laugh now. Why wait? You know what I mean? So that kind of thing I'm really grateful for. Because it keeps me alive in this world.
Okay.
And it keeps me spreading that to other people. Because if I go out, when I go out pissy, that totally rubs off and reverberates, which is what we're going to get into, the resonance, the energy resonance and everything. And so it's like, I feel like, even if something's going on in my day or the person on the other phone, I'm mad and everything, I always tell them it's not your fault. I know it's not you. If I'm on the phone with an 800 number at a company or something, because I don't want to spread that. I want to spread joy. I want to spread love, light, happiness, positivity, no matter what's going on. So there'll be those days where you're going to see me with a frowny face and a bad attitude. Leave me alone. You know what I mean?
It happens. Right.
It
happens.
But for the most part, you know, I want to spread the goodness around because that's what we need right now. We don't need people. You can be mad at Trump. You can be mad about all of it, but you don't need to necessarily spread it around. We're all aware of what's going on, you know. And I've got people on my Facebook page that I had to tell them straight up. I'm like, I gotta block you because I'm just not interested in all this negativity right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and now more than ever, we need to block the negativity out. I agree 100%.
Exactly, and that's the other thing I was going to get to right before you asked me about gratitude. Is this little thing that I'm wearing? It's an invention from Nikola Tesla. Hello, Alicia. I keep looking over at you. It's called a Tesla Purple Positive Energy Plate. And actually, I got a bigger one the other day. This thing got $60. It's a 12 by 12. But it's freaking amazing. This is free energy. It's actually free energy. Like you can't see it, but it's doing amazing things. So this helps protect from radiation, 5G radiation, whatever kind of radiation. So what I do, it does a lot. It'll take away pain. People with sciatic pain, if they put like one of these in the area or wear it, it'll take their pain away. I mean, there's tons of testimonials. There's a lot. I'm still learning about it. But one thing I do want to tell everybody, and Shungite is another thing. C60, we can get into all that, but it's all on my website. At night, I often have my devices, my phone, my radio, my laptop, iPad on my bed with me, and I fall asleep. I start putting them on top of or underneath this, and it'll protect me from the radiation. So I would implore everyone to get one of these, please, and just, you know, really research them, because it's like, I can't really explain it, but what I did read last night, actually trying to figure out how to explain it to you, is that what it does is it attracts negative ions and creates positive energy. So it's a really, really cool thing, and it's Nikola Tesla. And so I have this thing here. Okay, I had a friend, this really, really hot, sexy friend, over, and he I was trying to show him, because if you plug this into a phone, it's a little vortex machine. It's an iPyramid vortex machine, and if you plug it into the phone, and they have like a app with earth sound energy frequency, and you plug it in and you can feel it vibrating. And so in my store, when negative people or negative energies would happen and stuff, I would like plug this in and turn it on, and we would crack up because it would like change everything. Those people would flee, you know. And so but then I had my friend over, and I told him, you know, hold this, and I made him feel it. And then I said, okay, now watch this. And I put the purple thing underneath it, the Tesla plate, and it made it go faster. It totally hyped up the energy of this thing. So that's how we know it works.
Oh,
so
wow.
I definitely know this thing works. And it just feels really good. Like, I've been a lot more at peace. You'll sleep better. It can help with migraines and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's interesting. And I don't think they really even fully know or understand, you know, all the uses. But this is one of the best things that I can tell everyone. Also look into Shungite and C60. C60 and Ormus. Ormus is what was known as manna in the Bible. We finally have figured it out. It's actually called monatomic gold in the scientific community. It's liquid gold. It's actually a non-metallic form of gold. It's a superconductor, room temperature. It does a lot of really interesting things. C60 is kind of the same. It levitates. It does all this stuff. And they did experiments with C60. These are new carbon molecules just discovered in this past century.
Oh, wow. So now I do have I had a question about the singing bowl. I've been seeing a lot about the singing bowls. Can you tell me what the significance of the singing bowl and how that all works? Because I've been seeing ads on my timeline about the singing bowl, and I'm like, now, do I need to get the singing bowl?
First, because this is the kind of stuff that we've been doing for centuries in order to try to help balance our chakras and balance our energies, right? This is what we've been doing, like sound healing, right? This is a crystal bowl. This is a really nice one. These things are freaking expensive. I'm gonna get a whole set. I think I have 2 more over here somewhere. But anyway, I never really do it right. I guess you're supposed to do it on the outside. So this is the way I am. Like when I spin counterclockwise. Everybody else is the other way, right? I'm the opposite of everything. But anyway, so normally, I don't know if I can do it in my hand. Just get it started. No, you gotta be real light. No, I gotta put it down. You gotta be real light in the beginning when you start it. And then I told Tracy, I was like, you know, sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't, and it doesn't have this little thing right now. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm right here.
Oh no,
like,
you fine. Oh, that's a beautiful painting behind you. Okay, what is that?
Oh, this painting? This one right here, can I just tell you, it's Leonid Afromov. He just died recently. And
That is beautiful.
Because his family was, I'm like, his family was selling them for really cheap. And I was just like, oh my God. So yeah, I had to display it because it's gorgeous. That's Amsterdam, my favorite place in the world. Okay,
I love Amsterdam too.
Oh my God, we gotta go. I can find somebody else that loves it and let's just go.
Soon as we can get back in the air, we need to head to the red light district. I love Amsterdam.
Yes. Yes, the lights apply now. Okay. So that's what they do with sound babies. So they'll have like these bowls. Sometimes they use the metal ones, which I don't think I have one out right now. The metal singing bowl, like the Tibetan ones. But the thing is, stop it.
So you know, I want to talk about the legging line. Claymonics, is it the legging line?
Oh, Claymonics, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
But just to get the sound healing and stuff, I just wanted to say that you know, it's we've been doing all this kind of stuff. Like we have tuning forks and stuff. I can't believe I forgot to grab it. But there's books like this that'll help. It's tuning the human biofield. You know, these tuning forks they used to use back in the day, the medical professionals, right? They would take these things. I know everybody's seen them before. And I was like, what is that? And they'd hit your knee to check your reflexes and all that kind of craziness.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I just hit it. You can't hear it. When you hit them, they reverberate. And
right.
You're supposed to help.
And you put them on your pulse points of your body, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes,
like probably
right.
Like the acupuncture. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff we've been doing forever to try to help balance our chakras and our energy and everything like that. And it does work to a certain degree. But I mean, honestly, I don't think it works as well as it could because we're all so crazy still. So, you know, so it's just vibration, sound healing, energy healing. It's all vibration. It's all just about vibration and resonance. And that's what Nikola Tesla understood about everything. Us, the bookcase here, right. You know, whatever. It's all vibrate at different rates, different speeds. So when if we could understand that, if we could really, as a society, understand resonance and vibration, then we would really, you know, start to understand our world and what we truly are. So at any rate, I do want to say one thing about gratitude. I wrote notes and I'm actually looking at them. I really, truly believe that being grateful is more important than being positive when it comes to manifestation. I think that being grateful is the key to creating and receiving what you want. You can spend a whole year, 2 years, 3 years trying to be completely positive, no negativity in your life. You ain't gonna get crap. There's one thing I have learned. But when I am just truly grateful and positive, happy to see other people winning, even if I'm down, that's when things are really flowing in my life. That's when the things that I want to manifest start happening. And that's how I'm able to be positive, is by being grateful for what I have. Because no matter how bad it is, it could be worse. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to share that with
All right.
everybody.
Well, Alex, I know you have a Halloween pop-up coming up. Tell everybody about that. Halloween is right around the corner, and people will not be able to go out and enjoy themselves like they want to on Halloween. So tell us all about the Halloween pop-up.
Yeah, I'm excited. So it's for people and pets, and you know, I hope someone shows up. But my friends and my family will be there. I'm going to do it on Zoom so that people can just come in. I'm not going to have password. The hackers are welcome. You know, hackers are people too. And then just let everybody in.
I think that's what we might have on this tonight. I think, right, with this, our transmission is horrible. I think we may have had a hacker get on tonight. That's what I'm fearing. Because our transmission is never this horrible. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, get on and help us out. Shoot. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You hackers as your friends. You don't want
Turn it around.
Turn it around, baby.
Okay?
Yeah.
Turn it around. That's what I'm saying. They're welcome. You're welcome to party with me. It's all good. But yeah. And then all of a sudden it got quiet. The went away. Okay, that's what. But anyway, this I want to tell you, the Halloween hopefully is going to be a lot of fun. So you can come in. I'm going to try to look at everybody's costume. I'll give you like contestant number if you're in, you know, because I think I can only see 100 people at a time, but you can have 10,000 people watching. So it'll be really interesting, and it'll start probably 6 p.m. on October 31st on Halloween, because I got people on the East Coast. I don't want to get too late. But like I said, it's for people and pets. My animals already have their costumes. I'm making mine. It's going to be really weird. I've been wanting to make this thing for a long time.
All right.
I'm going to be the trumpet of light. That's what I said.
Yes. Do me a favor. Tell everybody how they can find out about your boutique and how we can follow you on your social media platforms.
This is like the most important thing I'm doing, and it's always the last thing I remember. This is, I transform words into sacred geometry. This is the word God.
Oh.
But it's actually a word I'm trying to. The word God, and I transformed it with AI and intuition, using my intuition, the color, and all that stuff. But I transformed it into this sacred language. And so I've had like 4 different scientists from NASA unofficially confirm that yes, it is an ancient language, but I always say a sacred language. And this here, I have meditation posters. This is open pineal gland, right? So it's like open your third eye. And people, when they look at this or stare at this for a while, they start feeling things happening up there. I've had people contact me and tell me that they feel their third eye vibrating when they go onto my website. And of course, I'm like, okay, crazy. And then I went on the other day and I actually had something weird happen on my website. I was like, okay, you know, I got a lot of nerve thinking everybody's little nuts being as hippy dippy as I am. I'm really like, hippie part. I got to analyze everything. I don't just take anything with a grain of salt. I hear a voice, you know, from the sky. I don't automatically assume it's God. I'm just not like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I get that. I get that. I do. What's your website again?
Thank you for reminding me, because I could just go on and on about nothing forever. It's www.playmonics.com for the patterns and stuff. But you can also find them on .space, not .com, because we're basic.
All right. I actually put it down here at the bottom as well, too. You promise you'll come hang out with us again?
Oh, for sure. As soon as I'm able to get out of LA, I'm getting on a plane. Honey, I'm gone. I'll be stopping.
Look, you come to Chicago, I promise you. You come to Chicago, I want a face-to-face meeting so we can talk about our favorite word, finster. That's one of my favorite words, finster. All the words you say you learned in Markham. They're my favorite words, honey. Finner, finster, all of those. I love you. I do. Alex, we gonna run because we got our
break up a lot. Wait, what was your favorite word?
Finster, finner, all those words you said in the beginning of the interview that you learned here in Chicago.
Okay. Well, I look forward to meeting you. I couldn't hear any of that, but
I know it's horrible.
Pronounce my name incorrectly. My name is Alex.
Oh Lord. Well, this transmission tonight is just whack. I don't know what happened. We love you so much, Alexis. We will.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
It's probably me. It probably is me.
No, it's been the whole show tonight. It's right. All right, we got our next guest, honey. We love you. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great night.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye,
We love you. Bye. I know she was great. Lord have mercy. I don't know what's going on with this transmission tonight. This is just horrible.
Yeah.
Alicia, we're doing a great job. You know what we didn't do? Before we get to our next guest, he's waiting in the green room. We need to remind everybody to please wear your mask. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Sanitize. Oh, I even see our guest putting on his mask. Very good. Yep, we'll make him put his on. Sanitize your hands. Get them hands nice and clean. Look, we prefer you use soap and water because soap and water is a true disinfectant. But in cases where you don't have soap and water, get you some hand sanitizer. Make sure it's the good stuff. Make sure you social distance. Oh, are you modeling gloves tonight? Oh, you're still even doing the rubber gloves.
I'm still doing rubber gloves for the gas tank.
Okay.
Or going into public buildings when I have to open the door.
Yes.
A little extra, so I will use my gloves.
Okay, I like it. I like it. And if not, you can always do an exam on me. That would turn me on. So, you know, that part would not bother me. Because, you know, I love how you just put that glove on. And, you know, I was like, oh, is this a cavity exam? Right. So it worked out great. I don't know. All right.
Modeling what RBG did. You know, she used to always have her gloves.
Yeah. Yes, amen. What a great tribute to her. Yes, you did a great job. All right. Coming up on the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. See, that's the transmission got clearer. I don't know what that was about. Coming up on the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show, our guest co-host tomorrow night is the one and only Kay Renee. She'll be celebrating her birthday tomorrow night. So we're going to have a big birthday celebration for her. And then tomorrow night, it's Ask the Doctor. We have mental health expert Dr. Wanda Parker coming by to talk about suicide and the warning signs of suicide. And then a lot of us are spending a lot of time with computers, cell phones. Our eyes are being strained by blue light. Dr. Ansel Johnson will be here tomorrow night to talk about taking care of your eyes. Our children, you know, doing this remote learning in front of these computers, their poor eyes are not doing well at all, you know, all of that. So we'll have Ask the Doctor tomorrow night with two impressive doctors. Well, as we continue on celebrating World Gratitude Day, Alicia L. Ross is my co-host tonight. She's been here many times with us before. Not only is she beautiful, talented, and smart, she has a mom who's a belly dancer and is going to teach us how to belly dance. Is that how we do it, Boo? Is that how we do it? Is that how we do it? Is that how we do it? You know, I got enough belly for everybody, so we'll just kind of make that belly roll, baby. How about that? We'll do that. She's here tonight to celebrate World Gratitude Day. And our next guest, I am honored to welcome him. He is a famed hairdresser, makeup artist, beauty enthusiast. He's actually written a book entitled 100 Days of Gratitude. And I think he's the most perfect guest to help us close out tonight's show. Not only I was told he is funny, I've heard a couple of his interviews. I was told he is very direct and honest about things, and that's what we love more than anything. And here's the deal: 100 days of gratitude, I feel, is something we should all practice. Don't you, Alicia? I think we should.
Definitely. I think we should. And I think it's very impressive that he actually wrote a book. I mean, I have a journal, but he turned it into a book of 100 days of gratitude. So I look forward to hearing how he got to that point and how he's just expressing gratitude daily on a continuous basis.
Yes, well, this world global traveler has worked with such celebrities like Jamie Foxx, Kevin Hart, Heidi Klum, Selma Hayek, Ice-T, Aretha Franklin, Lonnie Love, the Ashanti. The list just goes on and on. He won a daytime Emmy for doing hair at the Wendy Williams show. We are just honored to welcome Chicago's very own D'Angelo Thompson. Yay! There he is. Here we go. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing? What's going on?
Good. Glad to have you here with us this evening. Beautiful space you're in. That's a beautiful loft.
Thank you. Thank you. This is home.
Yeah. So, yes. Amen. I understand the comforts of home, but you look great. We're honored to have you here with us this evening. Now, so you're Chicago born and raised. So, on this show, we got to get the backstory. Where were you raised? Look, we got to make sure you got your hood credentials, all of that. People like, yeah, we got to get your hood credentials on this show. So introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay, guys, I'm D'Angelo Thompson. Actually, I was born in the South, in Mississippi. And my family came north to Chicago when I was age 12. So from age 12, grammar school at Gladstone on the west side, high school at Curie High School, and I live in the southeast side. So you can imagine that commute. So 78th and East End to be exact.
What? Get out of here. Yeah. Oh, you showing off live there. Right. Yes. Okay. Very good. Well, we love it. So what made you go into the beauty industry?
I left Chicago to go to college to Pratt Institute. So I was pursuing more art and fashion. And I kind of fell into it, guys, to be honest. I was in school and I was interning while I was in school. And I hated it. I was like, okay, I need to find my career while I'm in school. And my friend suggested makeup artistry because I would do them for clubs. This is like the late 80s, early 90s, So I would pull them together. And she's like, you should try to do it for a living. And I took the advice. And that's almost 30 years now.
Wow. You don't even look a day over 21. See there?
Almost
so 50,
you love you. Almost 50, man.
Look. Y'all, you kidding me? See, good black does not crack. We know that. I'll be 55 in 2 months. So good black does not crack. So, that's amazing. So what was your first big break, D'Angelo? I mean, everybody who goes to beauty school and want to cultivate and make people beautiful. And there are many people in the, beauty industry, and I take my hat off to them. But what was your first big break? Because this list of people you've worked with is quite impressive.
It's interesting. I had a few big breaks. One was in Chicago when I came home one summer from college. This artist named Randy Love was doing something at the Regal Theater called Fashion for the Misbehaving. And it was all these celebrities from all the top shows and a lot of Black celebrities. So I was able to work with him and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday Love, Sherelle. And so that was my first experience, that celebrity experience. And then in New York, not New York, San Francisco was the first time I met Jamie Foxx, John Leguizamo, Selma Hayek, because I was doing press junkets. And when they quoted me the rate, I had no idea what to charge. When they quoted me the rate, I almost fell out of my chair. I was like, oh, okay, I can do what I love and I can get paid well. So.
Wow. Alicia, do you have a question for him before we get into his wonderful book and what made him write the book?
Well, I'm just impressed by how you actually got started, D'Angelo, and how you stayed the course.
Yes.
And therefore, I want to ask, was there a time during the past 30 years, if you will, that you said, you know what, maybe I'm going to try something different? Or was it that you realized this is my purpose and I'm going to just keep going forward?
That's a very good question. I'll tell you why, because there were many times that I thought about, what am I doing? Let me go back to school. Let me do this. I was hearing my Black mother in the back of my head, right? So every time I tried it to go to a full-time job, I would be pulled back in. And then almost 20 years ago, I was like, you know what? This is my path and I'm going to honor this. And I think once I said that, the doors really opened. So when you have those ups and downs, you have to welcome them and know that you will see the other side. And I really believe that. So.
Wow, thank you. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, out of all the celebrities that you work with, and the list just continues to go on and on. Of course, you work with the late great Aretha Franklin. What have you taken away from working with all of these various celebrities? You know, from what I've learned, we're all everyday regular people. Other people see these people and they scream, they holler, they want to pass out. But what have you learned more than anything about working with just so many A-listers?
You know, it's interesting. They're human, like you just said, just like you and I and Alicia. They're all human. So I treat them with the respect that I would treat any man, woman, or child, period. You know? And I think walking into the room in that way also levels up their respect for you. At least that's what I've encountered. I've had very few negative experiences where someone's talked at me or down to me. And I think it's because of how you walk into the room, you know? So I've learned some great lessons. Most of them, to be honest, I'm talking about top tier celebrities, A-list, are really kind, you know, are really hardworking.
Yes.
They're just about their hustle, you know? And if you get in the way of their hustle, then they bite you, but you just have to like understand that they're on their game, and they have a lot of people to take care of a lot of times. So it's understandable. It's understandable.
Yes, you know what I love more than anything today was the season opening of the Ellen show, and she had Tiffany Haddish on, and I thought Ellen did an amazing job today of, you know, explaining herself with the fiasco that has happened behind the scenes of the show. And it took Tiffany Haddish, sister girl, to come out there and say, Ellen, look, you don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes. You know, you out here on camera, you doing your thing. You get off the camera, you go behind the stage. Most of the time, people escort her back to her office or whatever the case may be. And I've been in that environment where the A-lister is a sweetheart, the entourage and the people behind the scenes, baby. There is one major celebrity right now that I fell in love with him. And the funniest thing is that the people to get to him, and here's the deal, I was invited to this. They were the most biggest BIs I ever met in my life. And once we got in to sit down and talk with him, he was just a sweetheart. And so you know, a lot of times it's the people that help make that celebrity that are the most tricky people to deal with, you know?
You know, I had an experience many, many years ago where that happened. The assistant to the celebrity was very mean, like really was just nasty. The celebrity checked that person in front of me, was like, don't you ever talk to him like that again, blah, blah, blah. So I know you're right. It does happen sometimes in entourage. I call them the guard dogs. The guard dogs around them sometimes can be a little vicious, you know? And then you have those assistants or those handlers that are amazing, you know, and they get it, you know.
Right. Well, I love that. I really do. People are loving you. They're saying, you know, this is what people want to know, the behind the scenes of how all of these different things work. So now let me understand correctly. This is your fourth book you've written, and this one is your personal journal of just 100 days of gratitude. So now your other books, more beauty related, more trend type of thing. And then now this is a personal experience. So what makes one go from being an authority of beauty to now wanting to share your personal thoughts on how to be better and having gratitude in your life?
You know, gratitude, guys, got me from all those beauty books and all the work I got, let's say up until 10 years ago. I don't think I was really grateful for it. I think I was just going through the motions like all of us do. You know, we get the degrees, we do what we have to do, we get the next job. But then moments happen in my life. I'm like, okay, why aren't things balanced? Why don't they feel aligned? You know? And I was reading, you know, tons of self-help books. And then one thing that kept coming through all of them was gratitude. So I started that journey about 10 years ago, and I saw everything change. Everything. It's almost like an energetic change happened.
Mm.
Mm.
What advice would you want to give to people about learning to be more grateful during this pandemic? Here's the one thing that I'll say. This pandemic has not been bad to me at all. I thank God for good health. I've not lost any friends personally to COVID. I have had quite a few deaths this year, just unexpected, of course. But every day I get up and I say, Lord, I just thank you for another day of allowing me to move forward. And actually, this has been a beautiful pivot. But what advice would you want to give to people? Because I know a lot of bitter ass people that, you know, whether it was COVID or not, they have no gratitude in their heart.
Yeah. I think sometimes it's what you digest, right? If you constantly digest reality television, you constantly digest news every day that's negative, it's gonna feed into your ego, into your psyche, right? So for me, I really try to, of course, I look at the politics and all of that, but I try to balance it. When COVID happened, let me just say this, I was working on Law and Order, and on the 13th of March, they were like, okay, we need to wrap up the show. Literally, we got all the actors through makeup and they shut down the show. No one knew if we were gonna come back the following Monday, but by the following Monday, March 16th, everything was shut down in New York, you know? And then fast forward 10, 12 days later, a close colleague passes away, you know? And that was the reality check for all of us. We're all living. So if you're living and healthy, that's the first thing you need to say, I'm grateful for, you know? And you do get inspired through times of crisis. You do pivot during times of crisis. You know, this was a blessing to me because I'll be honest with you guys, I seriously thought about taking a year off, you know, because I was so much was going on that was good. But I was like, you know, and when I turn 50, I may take a year off. And then this happened. And it's been 6 to 8 months, right? So I'm like, God, you know what? Thank you. Thank you. And 2 books came out of it. 2 other books came out of this.
Right. No, I feel you 100%. You know, I'm much like yourself. March 16th, my world shut down. Things changed. Yes. And you know, a good friend of mine said, baby, let's pivot. Let's take this to your house. Let's do this wherever. We'll get you everything you need and we'll continue the brand to move forward. And much like yourself, I'm taking this as a year off, but I'm doing this every night as a token of love and appreciation to keep my audience informed, to keep people engaged and have wonderful guests like yourself. And so you're right. You're absolutely right. Miss Ross, Diana Ross's other daughter, anything you want to add to this conversation?
Yeah, I am enjoying this conversation, D'Angelo. I can just feel the positivity. You know, we're just talking about energy, but you know, the love and the blessings that you have experienced and then therefore you have given to others through your writing, but also obviously.
Did we lose you?
We lost her. Okay.
Maybe your other mama Diana Ross turned the internet off. Hold on, let's see. Oh, there you are. You laughed. You came right at the punchline. That's so funny. So we didn't even hear the last thing you said. You were praising D'Angelo. Keep going.
Well, I was just, and I'm just grateful, and I just echo both of you. You know, during this time, I too have lost, you know, as Chat knows, I've lost loved ones that was non-COVID related, unexpected. And so the family has had to move forward on both sides, you know, just in different ways. But personally, and also for some of them as well, we have actually pivoted during this time. I mean, I actually have a book, I didn't tell Chat this, an affirmation book myself, that I republished online during this time as well. And you know, and then there are some other things that that I've started, life coaching and things of that nature, because I realize that this is a time for self, but it's also a time, as you know, D'Angelo, for others. And that is what I hear from you. And as I'm learning more, you know, about who you are and the work that you're doing, it's about others. And that is how you're getting that peace and that solace within. And yes, this time has afforded a lot of us to do that and chat. And that's why you give to us every night, you know, your show, as you said, you know, freely from your heart. It's not something someone's paying you billions for, millions, etc., but it's something that you're giving with guests like D'Angelo and others.
Yes. It does my heart good to do this every night. And D'Angelo, I'm sure you understand the same thing as well, too. Just, you know, your energy, your spirit, you know, originally being a Southern guy, growing up here in Chicago, and look, and getting your licks here in Chicago, but then going on to conquer the world. Right. Going on to conquer the world is the best revenge ever. So I get that. I really do in many ways. D'Angelo, how can we connect with your book and your beauty brand and all of those great things?
Yeah, you can go to my website, www.d'angelothompson.art. Or you can go to Amazon.com for my book, 100 Days of Gratitude, or on IG at DTBeauty71.
Okay. I do have a beauty and fashion question with the fall season setting in. And of course, let's all grab these. Let's all grab them. So, D'Angelo, what advice would you give to the ladies about wearing these masks? I know like a lot of my female friends are mad that they can't wear their favorite lipsticks. Quite a few places I've gone. I had a young lady the other day. I was in a Mediterranean restaurant, and the young lady's eye makeup was on fleek to the point that she gave me 6 more falafels for free. Look, I was like, baby, your eye makeup is on boom boom. And she was like, really? And she was like, honey, I'm gonna give you some more. I said, well, thank you. So what advice would you, and then what can we do not to have so much dryness under these masks? So 2 things. Okay. What can the ladies do to decorate themselves a little more? And then what can we do not to be so dry under these masks?
So I have 3 things here. Focus on the eyes for the women. Focus on the eyes. Okay. Really work that liner or lashes, mascara. If you get eyelashes, just don't get butterflies. You don't want butterfly lashes because it's a little too intense. But eyeshadow,
or the snuffleupagus, right? They do the snuffleupagus eyelashes.
I've seen it. Or define your brow. So that's 3 ways of like really uplifting your eye. And then for your lips, focus on matte lipsticks. You may not want to wear glosses. You may not want to wear things that are going to stick to the mask. So true matte lipsticks. One thing that I do, I have a sanitizer that I bring with me. And it can be an organic oil. It can be like lavender, or many organic oils out there are antibacterial. And just take a little bit in your hand and clean the inside of your mask. Because a lot of times, because of what goes on within our mouth and all the moisture, it's just building up germs. And I wash my mask. Honestly, I have a lot of them, but I wash it pretty much after one wearing. I don't keep applying the same mask over and over. Last thing, for lip conditioner, chapstick or lip moisturizer, just keep putting it on, you know. And also sloughing the dead skin off of your lip helps, especially in this winter. I know the Chicago winters. So really using like a balm that exfoliates the lip, or even a toothbrush, to be honest.
Okay. Alicia, you have any other question before we let this amazing man go?
I'm still taking notes.
I know. Look, I'm going to recap what he said. He said, get rid of them snuffleupagus and butterfly eyelashes, which I agree 100%. I thought my cashier the other day had a push broom on her eyes. I said, girl, what is it? Like, I don't understand your eyelashes longer than the hair on your head. I don't get that. That part I don't get. And then he also said we must moisturize our lips, because he's right. Under these masks, a lot of us have found out our breath is funky too. A lot of us got halitosis we never knew about.
Yes.
I can't. Well, what kinds of moisturizer would you suggest as the season is changing? Because what I've also noticed is when I'm wearing certain masks, because I have different ones also, but I'm noticing the dryness on my skin from some of them.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you
So
suggest?
I would say layering your moisturizer. I use organic coconut oil. That's my moisturizer. And then in the wintertime, I'll add more of hydrating moisturizer over that.
Oh, okay. So
So
add
layers
layer.
moisturizer. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, D'Angelo, give us your website one more time and promise you'll come back and hang out with us again.
Chat Daddy, I would love to come back. And
Anytime.
my website is d'angelothompson.art.
Yay! Give it up for D'Angelo Thompson. Yes, 100 days. Yes, 100 days of gratitude. It's a wonderful journal. Take time to figure out how gratitude all works. Today is World Gratitude Day. Famed hair, makeup, beauty enthusiast, all around great guy. Mississippi, Chicago's very own. I love, what part of Mississippi?
Oh, don't get started. We're not going to go there right now. I was born in Hazelhurst.
I got people down there. I was trying to figure out.
I was born in Hazelhurst.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if we were. Yeah, I know where that is. So that's why I was wondering if we were connected in some way. Huh? Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, who knows? We cousins. It might work. All right. We love you. Thank you. Have a good night. D'Angelo Thompson, you guys. Wonderful. Have a good one. Be safe. Boy, we did it. Yay. We did it. We did it. Yay. Boy, what a show.
Yeah, it was something else. Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. What's this book you've written? I didn't know you had a book. Let's talk about this.
Oh goodness, it's something that I put together a couple of years ago. It was during my time when I was in LA, when I used to live in LA, in Los Angeles. And what I decided to do is revise it a bit. And it's just affirmations, book of affirmations, stuff that I used to put out there in social media a lot, giving my own advice, right? I was like, you know what? Let me collect all of this stuff that I've been and put it out here. And let me see if I can get paid for it or something, or just spread the love, right?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I do. All right. Well, in closing on World Gratitude Day, what do you want to say to everybody?
Just continue to stay grateful. As we've been saying, as Chat mentioned earlier, even for every single day that we wake up, it is a blessing. And we should just be grateful during this time of COVID, during this time in our country in particular, in the US, of all of the other stuff that's going on, in particular also even in Chicago and the city. Just being grateful when we wake up, saying thank you, to God, thank you for just being, and to be able to even say thank you, to be able to think the words thank you, and then share that with someone else.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. What I want to say on World Gratitude Day is that I'm really grateful for beautiful people, just how you and I met, some of my other dear friends and colleagues, people that I've had the pleasure of interviewing, people who have allowed me to let them tell their story, whether it was radio, television, digital media. I'm just grateful for that. Sometimes when God puts something on your heart to do, you do it come hell or high water. And I feel that's what my calling has always been, was to be an entertainer, a presenter, somebody to be that conduit, to be able to connect people and their stories and messages to the world. And so I'm just really grateful for that. I really, really am. I couldn't say it any more than how I'm saying it now, because it's really been a beautiful thing. It has. All right, darling. I love you so very much. You look great as always.
And I want to add, actually, Chat, I think this is our year anniversary this weekend.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing as well, too, darling. That we met a year ago at the Mary J. Blige concert at Ravinia. We've been knowing each other a year now, and it seems like we've been around each other forever.
long time. Yes, it
Oh
does.
my God, that is so interesting. I do. I love it. I really, really do. And think that you're a very special person. Hello, Yolanda Carter. I love Yolanda Carter. It's time for me to have you on this show, Yolanda. You got to come on this show. Yolanda's a great young lady, domestic violence survivor. She's written a wonderful book, One Eye Witness, about her just beautiful story of survival. She was a domestic violence victim. And so we're going to have her on this show. I've been able to share her story on many platforms, and we need to get it on this show now. Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you, Kay Renee. Who all has been on here? Janice Knox, I love you. Janice Knox, I'm going to be calling you tomorrow. Let me see who else is on here. Shanita, Katie Lowe. I love Katie Lowe, one of the best radio people. Renee Pettis. Oh, my God. I love you, Renee. Maurice Miles, Carla Ross, Pam. Pam is out in New Jersey, I think. Good old Pam in New Jersey. Yes, in Jersey City, baby. She's in Jersey. Yes, out there in Jersey. Yes, we love her. Well, Alicia L. Ross, darling, I love you, darling, and we'll talk soon. Stay out of trouble.
I'm gonna try.
And then look, tell Mama we need some Zoom belly dancing classes.
Okay, I will let her know.
Yeah, tell her we need some Zoom belly dancing classes. Right. We're right. See, you know how to do it right. Look, and we're gonna be put to shame if Mama belly dances better than us, which I think she probably will do.
She probably will.
Yeah. Oh, people are saying happy anniversary to us. Oh, hey, my beloved Kathy Dale. Hey, Kathy Dale, I love you. I miss you. I do. Everybody's on here. All right. Well, on behalf of my co-host tonight, the amazing Miss Alicia L. Ross extraordinaire, and yours truly, Chat Daddy, we've come to the end of yet another amazing show. I'm getting off of here and going to bed. I'm tired, you all. Insomnia last night. First doctor's visit today. If anybody wants to see my beautiful fashion I wore to the doctor's office, go to my Facebook page. You see my mask? I was masked up, baby. I was not playing.
It was amazing. It was amazing. The glass and the face covered neck thing. I was like, wait a second. I think, did someone say, where are you? Or who's that? And you're like,
look, when I walked into the clinic today, everybody and their mama turned to me and like that. I've got to be a celebrity under there. That's an amazing mask you got on and feel. I was like, thank you. Right. All right. See, y'all never know who under here. Right. Very good.
You said I am a celebrity.
Yeah, I am a celebrity, Boo Bear. I am. All right, darling. I love you so very much. We'll talk soon. Have a great night. And on behalf of the entire crew here, we love you guys. We'll talk to you guys later. And one.